Hi there, I'm Carolyn Dickerson from LookGreatLoseWeightSaveMoney.com. Today's edition is going to be yeast infections. I thought this was a really good subject to talk about toward the end of the summer when it gets so hot outside. That's when yeast infections happen a lot, and I thought this information would be very useful to you. About 75% of almost all women have had at least one or more yeast infections. Yeast infections happen because there is an overgrowth of a fungus bacteria called Candida, as you know. Most women also know to go to the drugstore and buy an OTC or get a script from their doctor. I think it's really important to know, though, why yeast infections happen in the first place, because when you get to the root and the cause of something, you can treat, instead of treating the symptom, you treat the cause, and then you break out in a yeast infection a lot less. I had to go let my dog in. He was scratching at the door, so excuse me and forgive me. But anyway, yeast infections happen because your body becomes overly acid. Your body prefers to be alkaline, yet most of the stuff that we eat and drink are highly acid. To get an idea of that, I've printed out a chart that I have on my website, and all the acid foods, just to run down the list real quickly, are corn, rice, cheese, milk, butter, peanut butter, beef, fish, lamb, pork, tuna, turkey, noodles, potatoes, beer, liquor, wine, olive oil, canola oil, and corn oil. So you can tell from that list of acid foods why your body gets overly acid, because most of the foods that we eat and most of the stuff that we drink is really acid, and your body prefers to be alkaline. Of course, the best way to change that reaction in your body is to eat an abundance of highly alkaline foods, which are mainly vegetables and fruits. And of course, they recommend cranberry juice. I recommend that you drink light cranberry juice and yogurt. Of course, there are a whole lot of other environmental things that cause us to have physical reactions that also make your body more acid. Those things might be high stress, smoking, wearing wet or tight clothes, depression, lack of sleep, poor diet. All of those things contribute, and they also make your body become even more acid. So your body is striving to be alkaline, and you're giving it a whole lot of acid, and it tips the scale, and you break out in a yeast infection because your uterine wall lining also becomes very acid too. The best way that I have found to get rid of a yeast infection quickly and easily is to remember my alkaline list. And of course, the alkaline list, as I said, is a list of primarily vegetables and fruits, but also on the list is apple cider vinegar. Well, anybody who, or any woman I should say, who has douched before knows that they make a mild vinegar and water douche. And this is exactly what you need to do when you first start feeling the symptoms of a yeast infection. That would be the bloating, the itching, the going out of your mind, the wetness, the irritation, all of those things. We sense those and we feel those, and when you start feeling those first symptoms, that's when you need to douche. You will need to knock that pH right back to its alkaline state quickly and easily, and you will prevent a yeast infection before it happens. So you've got to catch it when you first feel it coming on. And if you don't, you can still use a mild vinegar and water douche to help change the alkalinity in the uterus as you're eating more alkaline foods. And all of those things are going to contribute and make your body more alkaline quicker and faster, and you'll get over your yeast infection a long time before you would have if you hadn't done those things. Of course, there are a whole lot of other home remedies and steps that you can take to get over a yeast infection, but doing the douching, the first sign of a yeast infection, is the most effective way to get rid of them, and it's very cheap too. So that's it for today. Now, if you want more remedies and douching isn't working for you, then go to my site. I'll leave a link on the description for this video, and go to my site, and I've got a whole list. You can also print out the alkaline and acid list and leave that laying around so that you remember which foods are which. And remember to get those alkaline foods into your diet so you prevent a yeast infection before it even happens. I did want to say one last thing about douching. Don't ever over-douche. You don't want to keep douching after you've had and finished with your yeast infection. You want to stop douching because the uterus has a bacteria that lives within it that must stay there and to create a balance. So I don't recommend douching except for when you are starting to get a yeast infection or when you've got one. So that's it for today. I'm Carolyn Dickerson from LookGreatLoseWeightSaveMoney.com. Today's edition has been yeast infections. Ciao for now.